Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we're taking a look at the new event for Idle Heroes. What we have is the one event somewhere between Chinese New Year and Valentine's Day, and people are wondering, should you be using your Prophet Orbs this week, or should you be saving your resources? So we're going to go ahead and break down this week's event, giving you 3 different ways that you can approach this event, depending on whether you're free to play, a mid-spender, or a big spender. So hopefully something for everyone. Now before we jump in there, let me remind you, if you need help, advice, and tips with your Idle Heroes account, the best way that you can get personal advice is by joining us on a Tuesday for account reviews. All you have to do is join our Twitch streams at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP and our Discord, which you can find a link for below in the description, which is discord.gg/MKxJUMP. Now, once you're in our Discord, to sign up for an account review on a Tuesday, you have to be around when signups open, and also you need permissions. And one of the easiest ways to get permissions is to back me on Patreon using the link there in the top corner of the screen. So if you need help with your Idle Heroes account, that is a great way to get advice from me and the community to help improve your account and make progress faster. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, every day for logging in this week, you're going to get 5 sweet lollipops and a Prophet Orb. Very, very standard event resources for a Prophet Orb event. Make sure you log in every day, as you will want to be getting those. Also, your event rewards from last week, if you got bonus rewards during the 8 Trigrams Festival, should also be in your account as well. Anyway, let's jump to cool events. You'll see that there are the value packages here. These are very, very standard. These are giving us gems, we're getting Prophet Orbs, we're getting more sweet lollipops, and we're also getting treasure coupons, which potentially makes these worth investing in. However, the only reason to pick these up is if there is some wider event that means these reward items are going to contribute to that. So we'll hold that thought for now. Either way, we've got the feast packages here. This is the main way that I'd encourage you to spend this week if you wanted to, as you do have multiple tiers of rewards here. All of these scale from $30 to $70 to $100, each giving a amount of Prism Story Gems proportional to how much you want to invest. You also get a nice pile of Prophet Orbs, you also get some Cores of Transcendence, and you're on top of that getting Fragrant Privileges. And these are really, really nice, because if you do choose to use Prophet Orbs this week, the Fragrant Privileges will get you extra rewards. The $30 pack will get you this first area where you get additional Cores of Transcendence, even more Prism Story Gems, and on top of that, you're getting Stellar Shards or Crystals of Transcendence for your account. The second level, which was the $70 package, is getting you access to this chest here, and this contains Sublimation and Core of Origin Shards, along with Spiritual Essence. Very, very nice. And our final rewards here for Privilege 3 are getting you access to Destiny materials, which are always really nice to grab, and Reverie keys, which we'll be talking about a little more later on. But you can see on top of all of this, you're getting a nice hefty chunk of Prism Story Gems. So if you're looking towards purchasing a hero in the auction house, getting access to Prism Story Gems is super duper useful, which means you're getting rewarded with those items for spending this week. So if you're looking to get Story Gems on your account reliably, this is a nice way to do it that doesn't involve you having to rely on another player to gift them to you. So this is super duper nice. The only downside to going after the Fragrant Garden Party is, of course, it does require money and it requires Prophet Orbs. You need 640 Prophet Orbs to justify this, as if you are going to spend, you want to get all of the rewards. And 640 Prophet Orbs is a lot. So if you don't have the amount of Prophet Orbs necessary for this, be warned, you won't be getting your money's worth if you engage with this. Do bear in mind, though, you are getting Prophet Orbs back, so that's nice. Every 32 is going to get you 3, and if you scale down to the bottom, that actually increases to 9 Prophet Orbs for these last 2 areas here. So potentially getting you some really good rewards. On top of that, we have the Reverie gift boxes, and this may push people towards the idea of spending, because every time you spend $10 this week, you get an additional Reverie key. So you're not just getting Reverie keys for doing Prophet Orbs and getting your extra privilege rewards, you're also getting them for spending money. So you can get up to 20 keys from here for spending $200, which is pretty sizable, but it's exactly what the feast packages are, so it makes sense how DH Games want players to spend this week. And of course, with the other Reverie keys there, you're easily getting well over 40 Reverie keys from this. What that then allows you to do is spend these Reverie keys, and you'll get random rewards for each key you use. There's a 60% chance to get in this initial drop rate area where the rewards are fairly standard. Then there's a 30% chance to get improved rewards, which are 3 times better than the base ones here. And if you are lucky, lucky, there is a 10% chance that you pull a high tier reward, which is 10 times better than the baseline, and also includes things like mysterious artifact selection chests for those of you that need Demon Bell, or deific artifact chests so that you can go ahead and make deific artifacts, which is all exciting stuff. Also, there's Star Souls in here as well, which is pretty nice. So potentially a lot of good rewards up for grabs if you're able to get them. On top of that, what you can do is every time you get 2 of the same reward, you can remove it from all levels. So let's say that you got yourself Master's Toolboxes twice here from the bottom level. You can remove it so that you don't accidentally high roll 400 Master's Toolboxes, because compared to the other rewards, it's not that great. And you can do that to remove a lot of the different rewards here to tailor the rewards to what your account needs. So maybe you don't need cores or sublimation, you could remove those. Or maybe you really do and you want to keep them in. Maybe you don't need crystals, maybe you don't need stellar shards. It really depends on what your account is after, but you can definitely tailor the rewards to what you want. So the more keys you have, the better the rewards that you can force to get on your account. And that is potentially extremely good. So when you combine the fact that you're getting Prism Starry Gems and all those Reverie gift box rewards, spending does not seem like a terrible idea if you have 640 Prophet Orbs. The only thing that might get people questioning is there are relays that exist in the game which are $130. So why would I go ahead and spend $200 on the Feast package for nearly identical rewards here, as the Fragrant Garden Party is exactly a copy of those $130 relays? Well, the key difference here is what you're able to get without using Contract Starry Gems. There is no reason this week to do Contract Starry Gems to get the top rewards, and the Reverie gift box is giving you a heck of a lot of top rewards, not to mention all those Prism Starry Gems that you're going to pick up as well. So given the fact that you're getting access to Starry Gems, which you aren't being forced to use this week, it's potentially a net positive when it comes to resources. So those of you looking to spend could really get yourself a lot of value, which will not just help you this week, but those Prism Starry Gems will help you in future events, either to turn them into Contract Starry Gems to buy more packages, or if you plan on buying an A tier, it can help towards that, as prices in the auction house are pretty high right now, especially if you're after heroes like Natalie. So more Prism Starry Gems can be useful. On top of all of that as well, we have a Splendid Awakening card, which is $10, and that allows you to do 30 days worth of Awakening from after you buy it. Make sure if you are going to buy this, you buy it on the last day of the event, because there's no reason to do Awakenings this week, so there's no point buying it early, as you're just wasting 7 days of potential free Awakens. If you buy it on the Thursday, potentially an Awakening event will come up within that timeline, and you'll maximize your reward benefit from that. For example, the last Splendid Awakening card, if people bought it as late as possible, they would have had an Awaken throughout the whole of Chinese New Year, giving them 14 lots of rewards without having to spend Contract Starry Gems or money, just because they picked up this Awakening card. So potentially worth it for those of you looking, and as well, if you're looking for reliable ways to get more Starry Gems on your account, Awakens can be one way to do that. So another way that this week tops up your Starry Gems if you are a spender. Now, for normal players who don't plan on spending, we do have other things to enjoy here, like the Fantasy Factory. Go in here, place your shapes, and clear out these. You will be getting yourself a lot of the Fantasy Lollipops, which you can use to gain these shapes, and then the more and more times you clear, you will get yourself Honey Stars. Honey Stars can be exchanged for the rewards here. I typically stick to the right-hand side and go for Gold, Spirit, and then Construction Resources, and work my way down, hoping to hit this 9-star Light Puppet. You'll probably be wondering what these Aurora Stars are. Well, these are like Honey Stars, but they can be used in future events. So one nice thing to do is save up as many Aurora Stars as you can, so that at one point you can get yourself a mysterious artifact selection chest. This is even more important if you're a newer player, as this does contain Demon Bell, and Demon Bell is one of the hardest artifacts to get in the game, and you need a lot of them to build a reliable team. So if you can, try and make as much progress here and get Aurora Stars whenever you can. And if you need to, you can spend some gems here. It's 200 gems for an additional lollipop. Don't do this too much, but you can get some decent rewards by pushing gems. And don't forget, you can get additional lollipops here from the Heroic Miracle. If you summon 5-star heroes in the Light, Dark, Forest, Abyss, Fortress, and Shadow factions, you need 5 for the last 4, and Light and Darks you only need 3. You will get yourself access to sweet lollipops, along with armor, Prophet Orbs, and Heroic Summon Scrolls. Complete all of this, and you'll even get a copy of Betty as well. And she's a very nice Transcendence hero to build when you're establishing your team. A lot of people like to build her as either their 3rd or 4th Transcendence hero, so that she can bring crowd control to an existing Transcendence strategy with a Vulcan or maybe a Lord of Fear Aspen. So grabbing yourself a Betty is very, very handy if you're looking to build her. On top of that, there are the Prophet Summon prizes. This is best avoided unless you plan on doing the Fragrant Garden Party, in which case you'll have to do 640 Prophet Orbs to maximize your rewards. But if you're a free-to-play player who does not plan on spending, the most I would do is go to 50 here for the soul symbols, and the only reason I would do that is if I was a brand new player who was looking to do progress here in the chapter missions because you were really early on and it needed you to spend Prophet Orbs, and those soul symbols can potentially be useful. However, sometimes it is just better to save your Prophet Orbs, and if you've already done the chapter missions, or at least made it past the point where you need to spend Prophet Orbs, then yeah, just save your Prophet Orbs and wait for a bigger event. One thing to consider is that next week's event is going to be Valentine's Day, and this will have really nice rewards attached to it. And also, this is going to be a wishing fountain event, meaning you will need wishing coins and gems for the mysterious chests, if they add any special chests. But typically, you will just need wishing fountain coins to get the most out of next week's event. That means we need to take a trip to the arena store and consider that you can either buy Prophet Orbs, which you could use this week in the arena store, or you can choose to buy wishing coins. So just bear in mind that you can get a heck of a lot of wishing coins from here compared to the amount of Prophet Orbs you get, and therefore you may want to consider saving these arena tokens so that instead you can go for wishing coins. Of course, if you do plan on spending this week, then you will need Prophet Orbs, so topping up there may not be a bad idea, but be mindful that you'll probably need to use contract story gems during Valentine's Day to get enough wishing coins to complete it, if you spend too much in the arena store and don't have enough wishing coins. For a full complete of Valentine's Day next week, you will be needing over 2,000 wishing coins, typically 2,160. So that's a heck of a lot, so you will probably have to use the arena store to top up. I certainly will on this account, but I can buy well over 1,000, so I should be okay. Either way, bear that in mind. That is something you're going to have to consider for next week's event if you do plan on spending to get yourself some Prophet Orbs for this week. Other than that, most people can just sit back and chill. There's no additional stuff to this week's event that you have to worry about. Another option available to players if you are a spender is to not spend 200 here, but instead just spend 100. This is still going to get you access to Destiny materials, but you also get the Reverie keys here in their full. The one downside to this is you're not getting the rewards in the middle, which would be Sublimation and Stellar Shards and Cores of Transcendence. However, for many people, that's not too much of an issue, and you might argue it's not worth spending the extra $100. You do miss out on 10 Reverie keys, though, if you choose to do that, but considering you're getting so many Reverie keys here from the Fragrance Garden Party if you use Prophet Orbs, maybe only spending 100 just for this top package is not a bad idea, as Fragrant Privilege 3 is still pretty solid value for your investment. So all in all, that's 3 different ways to approach this event. Either spend $200 and buy everything, $100 and buy the top pack, or if you're a free-to-play player, just sit back and skip, and like everybody else, just engage with Fantasy Factory, Heroic Miracle, and chill out, and probably don't use Prophet Orbs. As we said, next week is Valentine's Day, so make sure you save your gems and wishing coins for that. And of course, if you want to see the Valentine's Day event in its fullness, hit that subscribe button, as I will be doing an event breakdown for that event on the day that it drops. So make sure you stay tuned so you know exactly what you need to do in the week that's upcoming for Valentine's Day. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, have an amazing week. Don't forget to join us for account reviews on a Tuesday, and of course, happy idling.